Second to just Dalvin Cook. Time for tonight's bucket list presented by KFC. Now, the past few weeks, they haven't been Russell Wilson's best. I get that, allowing Mahomes, Rodgers, and Murray to kind of gain some popular votes here in the race. So, Joe, who's getting your MVP vote?
Well, to be considered as NFL MVP, you obviously have to be on one of the best teams in the NFL, and you need to be consistently playing at a level that makes everybody else on the team around you better. And you have to make yourself irreplaceable. Both Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes certainly have a great case for MVP, but I'm going to handicap Patrick Mahomes a little bit just because he's playing with a set of players around him at the skill position, the likes the NFL has never seen before. And Aaron Rodgers? Well, he's willing this team to victory in Green Bay nearly every week with one dude, and that's Davante Adams. So I really got to give it to Aaron Rodgers at this point, just because him and Patrick Mahomes, they're playing similarly, but Aaron Rodgers is doing it under more difficult circumstances. Now, however, if the Cardinals continue to win football games and finish near the top in the NFC, don't be surprised to see the name Kyler Murray speak his way into this race with what he's doing running the football, because he is changing the game of quarterback, the way he's running, the way he's throwing, the way he's leading the Cardinals to victory.
Joe, wait, Joe. He's not changing anything. He's evolutionizing. He's evolving it more, and he's doing it even a little bit better than the guys that started. But you can't take that away. I'm going to give it to Kyler Murray. But that's funny that you said that. That's funny that you said that. That you said that Patrick Mahomes, you handicap Patrick Mahomes because he makes everybody great around him. I've seen some of those guys were in the league before him. You talked about the talent he has. He has great talent. You got to give him some credit. But I'm going to give it to Kyler Murray also, because at this point, if you look at where Kyler Murray is and you compare him, do a comparative analysis to the numbers that Lamar Jackson had right at this point last year, he's right there, and in some categories, he's even better than Lamar Jackson. So if he could continue this, the way he's playing, winning football games, doing it on this pace of 4,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards, or 4,000 yards passing and 1,000 yards running, then absolutely he's my favorite right now for the MVP.
Well, that's fantastic that you guys are picking all these quarterbacks. But listen, the guy that I'm picking has brought his team from the dungeon of dead. His team was dead to right. Even Coach Zimmer was called in Smitty's Adventures and Tours to book a vacation. Then all of a sudden he said, hey, Steve, hold up, because we got this running back that is killing it, and it's Dalvin Cook. He is killing it in every category. And what every category is that? Oh, rushing yards, first. Rushing touchdowns, first. Scrimmage yards, first. Right? And he is doing it. Scrimmage touchdowns, first. Right? We haven't seen this since 1950 in the first 8 games, since a Hall of Famer and co-worker of ours, Terrell Davis, and now is Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook is making also his team better, because we know when that running game gets going, Mr. Cousins, and not my cousin, but Kirk Cousins, is playing at another level. Without that running game, they're not efficient. But with that running game, they are looking pretty darn good. And Irv, when you revolutionize something, that is changing it, bro. So he is changing.
No, that's not.
And he's your MVP.
That's continuing to evolve.
Yes.
Revolutionize says I did something totally different. Revolutionize says I did something totally different than ever done before, and he's not doing anything that's revolutionary in that sense. Look it on up, buddy. I got a Webster's right here on top of my shoulder.
I love the chippiness already this early in the show. We're only in the C block. This is great. Amazing. Okay, so, hey, listen, got to throw Alvin Kamara's name out there, too, because the Saints would be nowhere near 7 wins without him this season. But it's a quarterback award. I get it. And Russell Wilson knows that, too. After back-to-back losses, Russell Wilson needs to shine tonight. He also needs to take care of the football. Now, earlier this year, Wilson teamed up with Nike to bring you their virtual training experience called 11 Online. Here's a look at Mr. Unlimited.
Hey, this is Russell Wilson, quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks. And welcome to 11 Online. Playing quarterback is how do you manage the damage, how do you stay under control. Get your feet firing, and at the same time, fire the ball out your hand.
Nice, there you go.
This is the game.
First place for the taking tonight in Seattle. Russell Wilson and the Seahawks looking to get even after their Week 7 overtime loss to the Cardinals. We'll see who does it tonight in this NFC West showdown. A great show headed your way because I have my 3 friends with me who are joining me right now. We got Steve Smith Sr., Michael Irvin, and Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas bringing back the hat today. Michael Irv with the fresh cut there. Steve, I know you have a hat nearby. It's just not on yet. Maybe it'll make an appearance by the end of the show. But it feels like we had such a lead up to the game tonight. And it only feels right to start the show off with a prayer, Irv. So take us through the Hail Mary.
Yeah, and this is incredible. I want to talk to you guys about this first because a normal design on a Hail Mary, you have 3 receivers on one side, and they take the middle guy, the middle receiver goes down. He's the point man. He is to spot up 5 yards in the end zone. The inside guy goes to spot up 5 yards in front of him, right at the front of the end zone. The back guy goes to spot up 5 yards in back of him. If the point guy can catch the ball, he catches it. But if you grab one of his hands, he try to tip it forward or tip it back. But Cliff Kingsbury in this new NFL designs a whole new Hail Mary. Let me show you what I'm talking about. And this is an incredible job right here. You see Larry Fitzgerald. Remember, 11 seconds left. They got Larry Fitzgerald coming on this across him. Really, right down here, DeAndre Hopkins one-on-one in a Hail Mary situation. 11 seconds left. Kyler Murray beats the defensive end. If he throws it short, if he wants to, but he sees one-on-one with D-Hop, he goes long, and the play is made because this is what D-Hop does best. He goes up and catches footballs. I'm telling you right now, I don't know why Buffalo didn't say red flag, because DeAndre Hopkins is on the odd side by himself. They should have recognized that and did something.
Yeah, Irv, there's a lot of theories on giving your offense the best chance of success on a Hail Mary play, but fundamentally it comes down to 2 things, right? The quarterback needs to evade the pass rush to give the receivers enough time to get down into the end zone. And then, as a quarterback, you need to give your receivers a pass that they can catch. Kyler Murray does an unbelievable job eluding the would-be tacklers, getting outside the pocket. He buys the time he needs, and then he finds the matchup that he likes, which, of course, is always DeAndre Hopkins versus, in this case, the entire Buffalo Bills secondary. Murray throws an unbelievable high-arcing pass. It's going to give Hopkins the ability to go up, high point that football, out-jump everybody around him, just like when me and Steve Smith used to play 500 in the backyard, and I used to jump over him and embarrass him repeatedly.
Well, you have that, but you also got to understand it requires a lot of timing and precision and understanding. He puts his arm up, but he also extends himself on high. And look at high. He's jumping up with one hand. That's an indicator that is above my vertical leaping ability. And then Poyer actually knocks into Tre'Davious White, so that's why he knocks him off. All of that to say, you no longer have gotten Moss, you just got nuked. And DeAndre Hopkins has nuked all 3 of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic play. Love it.
Unbelievable work there. I mean, so much praise coming D-Hop's way the last few days, including finally joining the 99 club on Madden. I just love that Kyler Murray was watching the whole thing go down on the Jumbotron with his back actually to the action. Like, what a way to throw your first Hail Mary. That was awesome. So, thanks in part to that ridiculous catch, the Cardinals are in first place in football's most competitive division. The Seahawks lost to the Rams, dropping them to 3rd. But keep in mind, Seattle does have the easiest remaining schedule in the NFL this season. They could very easily gain some ground here in the NFC playoff picture, but for now, they hold that extra wild card spot, and the Cardinals are currently the 3 seed behind the Saints and the Packers. So, Joe, let's keep it right here in the division. Who is the favorite in the NFC West?
Yeah, it's always human nature to suffer from a little recency bias, and the Seahawks haven't looked great as of late. But I tell you what, the NFC West is still the Seahawks division because they've had a ton of injuries, especially in recent memory, critical positions, and it's led to this little skid, but nothing has hurt them more than the injuries to both of their starting running backs. Carlos Hyde, Chris Carson. The Seahawks are 5-1 when Chris Carson's there, 1-2 when he's not. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out they're a lot better team when he's there. Russell Wilson is at his best. He's allowed to cook, as they say. When he's got that solid running game behind him, he's able to set up his play action pass, which is giving him time to set up those beautiful deep passes that Russell Wilson is so well known for. But have no fear, Seahawks fans. Russell Wilson is going to be back to that MVP form very soon as Chris Carson re-enters the lineup. I'm just not sure if that's going to be tonight.
Well, Joe, I hate to fret, and I hate, you got that fresh off the press do with the hat. But listen, I got to go with the hot hand of Arizona Cardinals. The Seahawks just can't get out of their own way, not because they can't, just because they have too many injuries. Their defense is on the field way too long, and offensively, they are not the team that we saw earlier in the year. They have started to plateau a little bit, so I have to go with the Arizona Cardinals.
Guys, what we're bickering about is a very small margin. These two teams, they played to an overtime victory for the Cardinals last time. I still believe when I look at it and I say, okay, these teams are close to each other, let's look at what they have to face. And when you started looking at that and you see Seattle has the easiest strength of schedule for the remainder of this season, then Seattle has to be considered a favorite. The Cardinals are tied for 16. So the Seattle got, I think, the NFC East coming in, so they'll have an easy schedule if the NFC East is coming up in for Seattle. So I go with Seattle still. And I do believe in the end, as these things get tighter and get closer to that playoff, I think Russell Wilson will continue to shine, and maybe young Kyler Murray will just level off a little bit.
And maybe it'll help Russell Wilson